Alright, my friends. Turn 7. The show must go on. Weidenbaum wins the colony that Mayandor revealed during his turn. Can we go to the replay from here? Then we see everything in the correct order, I guess. Load. Mayandor reveals the way to territory. Weidenbaum wins it. Weidenbaum wins it. Of course! He wins it. Alright, GG. I'm done. I'm done. Ah! Just kidding. I guess he has drawn extra cards with the strategic territory, so it's kind of excusable maybe. Still pretty good, obviously. But better that he uses it here than on the inhabited one, I assume. I guess. Yeah, until then he will have some Colossus draws. We can reasonably assume that this will be at least 2 of those H2 cards and 2 aggressions and the War over Territory. So we have to be prepared for this. I start to get the feeling that maybe after Isabella was taken, going for the cartography and the additional colonies might not have been the play. But then again, they have 2 MA, we have 4. This is not us, but we also have 4. Yeah. Okay. I totally skipped thinking about what my other wants to do, but then again, I remember since I saw the colony already, I also saw this turn. I think. Wait, am I in the correct turn? I am, yes. Okay, Barbarossa. EX Barbarossa goes for 2 warriors and takes cultural heritage and dispense a warrior, yes. 2 fix uprising. Irrigation. Stays the weakest. So this is something I've not seen yet. This is actually pretty good for us. I called it. 100% correct in calling events. I called the scientific breakthrough is possible. Genius! Yeah, it did look a little like this with the printing presses. And that's obviously extremely good for us. That's cool. We can high roll a lot now, by the way. There will be 2 cards. It can be a government. Fingers crossed. Sorry, I totally skipped thinking about what they want to do. But then again, I didn't click anything and the card was taken. It's a breakthrough for 2. So science, they realize that they have slight science issues. It's H1, so they want to use both of the MA, I would guess. Yeah, it will be 2 nights, I guess. They know they will draw cards now anyway. The H2 cards. I would bid 2 nights. And then 2 civil actions. They already took breakthrough for 2. Understandable. Yeah, upgrade this iron ones. And they could also, instead of building 2 knights, upgrade this iron ones and build a 3rd agriculture. I think if you have nothing better to do in a turn, then building a 3rd agriculture is always a decent option. I like doing that. I wouldn't advise for... So they have no science. Masonry would be a good card for all the upcoming H2 wonders, but they don't have any science. I don't think it's going to be this. And with 4 civil actions, I also don't think they want to be spending any civil actions on yellow cards. So the last civil action will be a little awkward anyway, but then again, I think instead of the agriculture, we do see the two knights. Being efficient with the two MA is important here, and then we see a religion just. Mayandor kind of. Yeah, then again, also he didn't. When he took bread and circus for two, he kind of signaled, okay, there will be a rebellion, there will be an immigration, possibly. And now, after he hasn't done anything for this, it also looks like maybe it won't. I would still assume a rebellion is an option. And it could screw us a lot, by the way, if we decide to see it now. I want to see it, but yeah, there's this risk. Interestingly, Weidenbaum has 3 events here. They have only 2. How did he find 3 events that he wants to put in? Colonization cards, this tactic, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. Just observing, wondering how. Yeah, I guess upgrade in the religion. It takes part in an immigration. Makes them safe from rebellion. And then 2 knights. Called it! Easy! Yeah, in some turns, I wonder in turns like this whether there's different opinions. I'm really curious for the final video. Because sometimes I think it's very obvious what the best turn is. Like here I would argue this is 100% the best turn, unless they have some information that they know there won't be immigration or rebellion. So if they saw that somehow, then maybe you can argue that this religion is not the best, and then, yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes it's super hard to tell what a good turn even is, and sometimes it's kind of easy to tell what the best turn is, in my opinion. Makes this game very interesting. Okay. They draw 3 cards now. No, play mode, please. I want to play Unreal Tournament! Alright. We seat into this rebellion. Like real men. Or not. So I think this iron's a little late. We should aim for the coal, in my opinion. This is a turn. We still have enough signs for the government, which is nice. Yeah, so also in hindsight, I realized that the argument for irrigation to having something to do was not so good. There would always be something to do, like this, or even swordsman if it's not iron. But having this in hand is still alright. There were the options last turn weren't that much better than just taking this, in my opinion. Could take this, urban growth, go for a third alchemy or an opera. Opera look very good. Or we need happy face buildings also. We won't. The thing is, if there's a rebellion, yeah, sure, we could now build one of those. Rebellion is so likely. What we want to happen is to reveal historic territory and inhabited territory. My gut feeling says just cede and take the rebellion if it happens. Because it won't get that much better anyway. I don't think we want to build a religion in our spot with this rock income. Just to save 2 civil actions, right? Sometimes you need to gamble a bit. And I would argue that it's a good bet to reveal one of those territories now. I mean, yeah, sure, they have drawn those cards now, but if it's colonization cards, there's nothing we can do about that. They will bid a lot. They have also all the rocks in the world. But we have two cards. We can bid both warriors, I guess, for inhabited. The value of the historic is somewhat unclear, maybe at least. And there can be other colonies, of course. There can be also their colony. Ah, the replay shows it wrong. There's only one card here from Iron Door. So there's maximum 1 in 5 rebellion. And it looks more like an immigration after he did this turn. Don't we agree on that? The slot machine. The slot machine. Yeah, I'm seeding. This. I mean, come on. If this is a rebellion, he's just an agent. He's just an agent. They secretly hired them for the Hydra. It's an immigration. I can agree with that. It can't be a rebellion, right? Can't. There's no way this is rebellion. Okay, then just barbarians, I assume. This we want later, I think. Let's go. Historic territory. Okay, I would say it's 5. I would say this is not 2 warriors. Yeah. Me. Yeah. No, it's. Hmm. Okay, let's assume they didn't draw one. It's a little more likely that there's no defense card. What was it? Something like a third in 3 cards? I always forget those numbers. They aren't too unimportant. Something like 30% maybe to draw one in 3 draws. So let's assume there isn't one. Then they bid 3. And they will always pay 1 rock for. I'm not certain if they are willing to bid 3 rocks, 5. Maybe this is a colony, given the fact that there's another important one. That we want them to have for 5. Since this would probably mean that they also pay a card. Yeah, or they are willing to pay even for the historic territory here. 3 rocks, which also would be 5. Not that unreasonable to pay them with the Suez Canal upcoming. They might already have a colony also. And we have to assume autonomous, right? Could also argue that we have to take the Suez for 4. Maybe my owner will take it. Who knows? This is also just perfect for them, right? So this is just the first H2 card is Suez Canal, and the first card here is an autonomous territory. I cannot realistically take that away. And I think my owner can also not realistically take that away. Unless he has a vast territory in hand still. I would even take it. If it wouldn't mean, or consider realistically taking it, if it wasn't for corruption. Okay. So, do we want them to have this for 5? The problem is we can bid 5 only once. And we rather want to bid 5 for this inhabited territory than this. The benefit would be to dodge still somewhat possible rebellion, I guess. Entirely. And also win a population with a possible immigration. Mm. Ah, I got feeling says 5. We just need to hit some... How did I do that? Ah, here? Ah, yeah. I didn't even know you can click these. Every day you learn something new. um, yeah. We need to hit some colonization cards for the other territories, and I think the final argument is that paying the 3 rocks doesn't hurt them anyway in any circumstance, so they will just bid 5 anyway. And I think the value of the colony is alright right now. And... oh no, we just put barbarians in, I remember. There's some funky thing happening here. Interesting, right? Look, I click on me, and then there's yellow. This. Green is 11 plus 2. I just remember I put barbarians in. Okay, let's go to 4. Oh no. I mean, they are so far away. I regret the barbarians. I don't know. I didn't think about them too much. We are also on plus 11 plus 2 if we always seed. If he never seeds, he's only on plus 4. We'll be close. Even if we win this now, it will be close, I guess. But the problem is then you can't bid. If there was an early opera now and somehow we had all the resources with some urban growth or something, I would always like to bid that, but that forbids that play. But it's also unlikely. It's not a likely scenario that we are going to build an opera now in 2 turns or something. And I guess even with winning that, then sometimes we just have to chill with seeding, I guess. 13, 19. And they are on 15 already. So after the next they are 19, we will always go ahead. Yeah, but in like 3 turns or something, they should overtake us. We might assume that they want to see it once or twice anyway. Yeah, let's go to 5. Let's go. Okay. Then this is it for this recording session. See you later. Let's take a look. Who won the colony? I won it with 5. I think this is fine. We just need to draw some more colonization cards. I wonder if that means... I would think it means they didn't draw one. I would think they bit a knight and 3 rocks. Maybe it was one to cut too much. I'm not certain, but I think this is fine. I mean, one issue is actually that we can't defend an aggression, I guess. There can be quite some devastating ones, right? Spy would be very bad. I don't know if this is... looks like it is necessary, to be honest. And then still this turn. Normally I try to avoid participating or reading the Discord discourse about the turn before I do it, but this time I kinda stumbled upon it. And I think the consensus was more towards an iron this turn, but I think the civil action will be fine. We will still have enough science for government. We don't know if it's a republic though. And I do like to have the code of law on top of the common a lot. We do have good science income, so science is not an issue. We can always develop coal. Upgrading it will be a little tricky, especially after having to do this. But civil actions also generate resources, so it's not like we do nothing for economy this turn. We will be in a very good position to go for yellow cards, since they have few civil actions only, and yeah, not the science to fix it very soon at least. Yeah, you can just go for the coal with rich lands or reserves even. I would think this goes in hand even here. So yeah, bidding 5 on this colony might have been a little debatable, I guess. Do we need to populate? We don't really need to populate. How does this help? So that's 7. That would be an extra population, yeah. And okay, I mean by now reds are pretty possible. He seeded 1. I would still guess if I had to that it was immigration with the theocracy play and a very aggressive bread and circus. The events, yeah, strength events, yeah. Strength events and or colonies and or random events. Reds, possible. Possible. I mean, since we don't really have any rocks anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's worth the risk, maybe it's not. I would say it's worth the risk. It's not an extra population if immigration is triggered. Then we have awkward food left. I mean, we don't need to necessarily use it, but I mean, we have irrigation, so this awkward food will be fixable. Men are coming. Those will be gone. Very likely taken by Mayondor. Do we want to? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3. This will be on 2. We prefer Mayondor to have it. I think it's close. He has MA and the science for it. But not the rocks. I would assume with the rich land in hand, he would strongly consider going for iron here. Will he go for those riflemen? I don't think I want to worry about these riflemen too much. Not getting stronger with that. In 1 turn at least. In 2 turns he might get stronger, upgrading to In 2 turns, many things can happen. We definitely dodged the still possible rebellion. I mean, earlier I was maybe I'm exaggerating sometimes a bit. Yeah, I won't suspect he's an agent if it's a rebellion. He can also just, hmm, yeah, hope not. He can gamble it, I guess. I didn't look at the turn so closely if he had a really good possibility to fix it, to fix the happiness with the bread and circus. If there's a rebellion, maybe you should have done everything for that. Maybe even with an immigration, to be honest. Then again, yeah, as I just said, I didn't look so closely. I don't really know if he could do it. So yeah, the rebellion is still not ruled out for certain. We did dodge that, and we dodge it even further with not populating. Then again, yeah, it's not an event I will warp my entire play around. It's just a small argument to consider. I think someone mentioned not seeding in fear of rebellion. Yeah, I gave my reasons why I would seed. I think also the argument that losing this turn is a lot better than losing future turns, the turns where you want to, yeah, where there's a government here and you want to discover the government. Oh, it's actually evening and I realized that I'm kinda tired. So I think that's the turn. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of taking this iron here so late. He might take it, but even if he doesn't, yeah, as I said, getting this code of law is also some sense of economy. We have to play for those yellow cards, and I think we are in a good position to get some. So with this new deposits, this coal is double value, by the way. So so to say, so to speak. So if you get this coal out and get the new deposit, then with 7 or 9 income, it's just better than this iron. Obviously. It's just some small thing to consider. New deposits, economic progress, they make oil so good. Yes. So strength events, yeah, he cannot get stronger, I think. At least now. Or am I missing something? I don't think so right now, but in 2 turns he could. But maybe he wants to do other things than going for those riflemen now. Let's take a look at these leaders. Napoleon can be dangerous here, can be very dangerous. They have this medieval army combo. They possibly have just a war in hand, and Napoleon can be pretty devastating. And what do we want? Do we want here from this? What do we want from this? Let's look here, it's better. And Darwin is always an option. Catherine is an option. Cook Cook is high value here. Cook would be quite cool next turn. Before the possibly more than one territories are revealed. Yeah, this seems not to be a Shakespeare game, for us at least. He can play Shakespeare here with his 3 printing presses. Kinda intrigued by the idea of watching him do that and observing how successful it is in such a game. Yeah, I think it could work out. I think it can work out for him. We will see. We don't have the setup for it, like, at all. Yeah, all the rest. I mean, Teresa might be good. There's heavy synergies with Shakespeare, by the way. Feels like I take a very proper look at it the first time in this game. There's Dietrich, there's Shakespeare into Dietrich, is always super strong. But also even into Fleming, Chaplin, and then there's a Hollywood. Could be one of those games. Yeah, but the printing press was no option, I remember. The way it presented itself to us, it was no option there. Take it for 2. And since we also didn't get the iron, I mean, this is just, I gave my reasons why I think this is too late. And going for coal is better. I mean, that's up to debate, certainly, but I am somewhat convinced of that here. Yeah, but since we did not get iron in the proper time, we also don't have an economy that just can build journalism that's operas. I mean, maybe we can set up in a way where we just play this guy for a while, and then at the end of H2, if we manage to have built the coal until then and have taken journalism and opera into hand until then it's still a dream scenario. But I feel like it's not going to happen like this, that it will be just more value, or yeah, the situation will arise where I want to switch a leader to like Cook, maybe even Napoleon, or yeah, one of these. Anyone's somewhat possible. Doesn't feel like the best Gaudi game either. It will be quite situational in this game. But at least having formulated the thought of, okay, Shakespeare into H3 can also still be happening, since there's this, Marlene Dietrich, Chaplin, Fleming, and Hollywood, and internet. At least something to keep in mind. Sometimes, I mean, Shakespeare's biggest strength is his economy boost, this -2 rocks. So if we get an architecture on top of Shakespeare, then it's not that unrealistic to build it with some yellow cards. At least one pair. Maybe 2. Yeah. Okay. So some thoughts on H2 leaders here. Wonders we also already discussed, I think. The Swiss, yeah, it's already here. This card is autonomous. And the other one that is pretty cool is Railroad. Also some argument for coal, by the way, the Railroad. In my book. This being also the only other really good, decent wonder in this game for us. And we will have a lot of CA. If we don't, I don't know, get very, very unlucky with the colonies. But okay. Interesting turn, interesting game. Looking forward for the next ones and your feedback, as always. Yeah, I have to press and turn still. No going back from here. Colonization cards. Oh my god, Vlada! I don't know what to say. This is so good. Thank you, Vlada. My prayers were heard. So, yeah, good to end the video like this, isn't it? Scientific method coming. Ah, that's so incredibly... I don't know. I'm very happy about this and very unhappy about this. I don't think he can realistically take it away for 3. I don't think he has a turn where he doesn't put it here. The only consolation is that if they take it for 2, they will be... they will have... Yeah, they actually can just do it, right? This will be on 1 then. Then they take Suez and Scientific Method in hand and don't even have Corruption. Okay, Vlada. I mean, Vlada giveth, Vlada taketh, or giveth other people as well, I guess. But giveth he more than giveth he giveth me, is the question? Unclear. I think this is also very good. So let's not cry too much. See you next time.